What's up everyone, it's Joey, Blush Response, and today we're taking a look at my live setup that I use for solo gigs and with Frontline Assembly. And I've got modules in there from Forge, TME, Noise Engineering, Bella, IntelliGel, Befaco, Savage, and many more. Before we get started, I have a big announcement. My new album, Ego Death, is available now on CD and digital through Artifact Records, and there's a new shirt designed to go with it. It has a collaboration with Headless Horseman, one of my favorite musicians, and it's 12 tracks of me bringing my best songwriting skills for the moment at you. I wanted to try something new here, so there's vocals, guitars, and structures, and new sounds from me. If you've been listening to my stuff for a while, this is a big change up, and I'm really excited about it, and I hope you'll be too. So check it out on Artifact Records, link in the pinned comment video description. Now, let's get right into it. Alright, so we got my live setup here. If you've watched the channel before, you may know that I play live with Frontline Assembly, and I bring my modular with them and improvise sound over their stuff. And I wanted to talk a bit about my setup today, which revolves around quite a few new modules that I actually specifically asked for to try out and use on this tour. The first of which is the Bella Gliss, and then you see I have 3 of them here, and these are like really interesting touch controllers. Basically, I wanted to bring my Soma Terra out in the modular, but we weren't able to do that because I had to pack light and travel internationally and blah blah blah. So being inspired by the Terra, I got some touch controllers, which are the Bella Gliss here, and it worked out amazingly. Let me talk a bit about my live patch. The Vermona QMI is not used here, but I use it when I play my solo stuff live. And I did a gig at Carnegie Mellon University, like a guest lecture and performance where I performed with it, and I used this to sequence the modular from the push. So I've got the Gliss, and this controls several factors in here. Also voices in here. I've got the Laquelica Territas Presido, the Forge TME Vic X, the IntelliGel Multigrain, the Endorphins and Andrew Hung Ghost. I've got an output module here which I use to just go into a DI. I've got this Sauvage Engineering Bagar stereo mixer, which I really like because it has a lot of distortion potential. I've got the 4MS meta module, which I use for different purposes. With Frontline, it's just bit crushing, but in my solo live sets, it does a bit more. Befaco Oneroy for live looping, effects, and also tone generation. And then finally, I've got the Bitbox Micro loaded with a bunch of samples that I'll trigger and sample into the Oneroy and mess with and just play dialogue and other things. And then the Oxy Meta Effects, which is just a simple effect thing I've reviewed before. So with all that in mind, basically what I did, imagine instead of these drums, it's a Frontline Assembly track. Imagine that it's Isolate or Resist or something. And on stage with me, there's the drummer, which on this last tour was John Siren. There's Bill Lieb doing vocals and Reese Fulber playing a lot of keyboard melodies. So where do I fit into that? As well as like the other elements of the tracks are playing too. Where I fit into that is improvising on top. And basically the way I have it set up is I have one touch controller, which is my master filter opener, which opens the filter on the Ghost. And I love the Ghost. I think it's fantastic. The next one I have controlling the multigrain. I have it controlling this slider here, which crossfades between 2 scenes. And the reason I'm doing it on this touchpad is because it seems a little, well, it is more robust than the slider. And if you've seen me play with Frontline, you'll notice that I do a lot of crazy shit with the modular stand, and I didn't want to damage it. And then this last one, I use just for bit crushing with Frontline. So I like the Bella because you can lock it, and then it's held, and then I can tweak out. To make crazy sounds, and then, you know, bring it back if I need to come out quickly because it's the end of a song or something. So I'm using that all together, and then I'll bring in with the mixer the Laquella. And I have that on a looping envelope that I just tweak. Just do little gestures like that. And then I can take that even further. With the meta effects. And do stuff like add a riser. Hold it. Now it's tension building. And then all of that. And right now the multi-grain isn't doing anything, but then I could say I could bring in the Vic. Now I've got two things. Keep filtering. And boom. And you can see there's a lot of distortion coming out of this. And then crush that. And then I might do other gestures like switch algorithm. Riser. And then boom, perfect silence. And it works fine every time. And that's basically what I'm doing with it. So the other thing I'll do is I'll record a voice sample from the Bitbox into the Oneroy and play with that. Or sometimes just play the samples as is. But anyway, so I'll bring that up. And I really love the Oneroy. And also I have effects on there too, which you can randomize. And just keep going and get all crazy with. You get really creepy, and then play with the loop points. And then I'll use the live looping mode on the multigrain to bring in that extra layer. Now you're only hearing the multigrain. See, so there's a lot you can do with that. And then even further, you can bring in a wavetable made from that sample. And boom, you get the idea. So now what I find fun here is, let's slow down. Like Big Money's a slower song, for example. So I'll do something like that. And since every touch is a little different, you get a lot of variation. And just fade stuff in. and now just vocal sample. And mix them together. And with the Onera, you can do cool stuff. You turn on shift. You can do pitch stuff with. Or you can do tape soft type stuff. Like with the looper on. It just sounds so crazy. Put that through the ambience in there, randomize a few times. And then the echo. You can just get some insane shit. Again, just remember, it's like Isolate or Big Money. We're doing an all wax tracks era set, so. And then everyone else is playing, so I can't do too much with it, but it's really exciting and it's fun, it's dynamic. And I took some of the concepts from every instrument that I like, all the types of sounds I want, and I came up with this. Can bring in the comb filter. See, the Ghost is fucking amazing. Doing all that with the Gliss. You can hold it. You can also turn this into an LFO mode that it like goes up and down, like it'll loop based on whatever movement you do, but I'm just using it this way. There you go. That's my live setup for Frontline Assembly. That was fun. A lot of you have been asking for an update and what I did with Frontline, so I thought I'd give you an overview and show you some of the new modules. I'm really thankful that Bella, IntelliGel, Bifaco, and Savage all sent me stuff to use on this tour, and they really worked out amazingly. This is what I feel is so far the best live setup I've had with Frontline because it offers the most dynamic playing experience and just lets me have a lot of fun in a little package and does everything I wanted to do. So big thanks to all of them for sponsoring my live case and this video. And if you want to support me, check out my new album Ego Death that's out now on CD and digital. Check out Bandcamp, check out Patreon, like and subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Peace out.